afternoon. It's Wednesday, the 3rd of February. And I'll start off with the exciting news that on Friday afternoon I received a phone call inviting me yesterday evening at 5 p.m. to go and get the first dose of my vaccine. So I went down at 500 yards down the road last night and yeah, and had that. This morning, I feel fine. Bit heavy headed, but bit nothing. I've not taken anything or um, so yeah, really exciting. Or like means that everybody in this household has now been fortunate enough to have the first dose. And yeah, I think it's feels like a real big step. And like it was such a well-oiled machine down there. So yeah, obviously at this stage, just thank you to all the nurses, doctors, and volunteers, both at our surgery, but all over the country really that are making in and what must be an absolute logistical nightmare putting it into practice and it it seems to be a real success. You know, yeah, like with January out the way as well, nights getting a bit lighter. There's kind of a real sense of optimism and that dream of summer 2021 and being outside with friends and family, having a cold one. Yeah, it's very much hopefully maybe a bit more of a possibility, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see about that. Last week felt quite a busy week really. That was a nice end to the week on Friday with that phone call, but on Thursday night I had a work social, which was fancy dress. We had to dress as something themed on one of our episodes. So for me, that meant North America. So I was lucky to have quite a wide scope of things I could go as. But I went as a costume that I've used before and went as Abraham Lincoln. Um, so yeah, we uh, the social was a lot better than I imagined, and obviously virtually on Zoom. There was about 30 of us. So yeah, it's quite different having a virtual social event, but considering the difficulty of that, it was a lot more enjoyable than I imagined it would be. I was quite apprehensive about it to begin with, or leading up to it, but yeah, it was a really good chance to get to know my team a little bit better. On Wednesday evening, Everton had their first game of two since I last spoke to you. They drew 1-1 with Leicester, which was, a good result. Leicester are flying at the moment, and it's a tough game. So a point apiece was about fair, I think. But then on Saturday, bit of a nightmare against Newcastle at home. Lost 2-0. It was a pretty dismal performance. Only made a little bit more bearable by our manager's reaction to it, which I think was very much along the same lines as the fans. So that made a little bit more reassurance that in tonight's game against Leeds away, which will be a tough game, hopefully we'll show a reaction, because it doesn't get much easier as we've got Manchester United on Saturday night at Old Trafford. So a tough week ahead, but fingers crossed. It's just a blip, and we quickly recover this evening. On Tuesday night, I had my regular catch up with Lisa Dean. which was nice. And then Monday night, we there was a quiz that we entered. It was a regular thing in the first lockdown, a football quiz on Facebook, and yeah, they started it again last Monday. I'll put the link to the Facebook page on the comments actually. But basically, yeah, it's a bit of a nerdy football quiz, but really, quick. I think it's like an hour, and it's quite a good thing to do. He's going to start doing them every month on YouTube, but he'll put announcements to those on his Facebook page. So yeah, for anyone interested in footy and likes to do a quiz every now and again, I'll put the page on the comments, and I'd recommend it. It's good fun. So yeah, last week felt like a busy week. I had something socially each day, and then obviously culminating in me getting the call on Friday evening. Like this week, it's going well so far. Got Dad's birthday later in the week on Friday, and so that'll be a nice day. But I hope everyone is well and keeping warm. Had a little bit of another little flurry of snow on Sunday or Saturday, but it didn't settle. But yeah, maybe more to come during the weekend. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye for now. See you next week.